Welcome back everyone to the channel. It is great to have you joining me once again today. You may be dreaming of having a fresh vegetable garden right at home, but feeling a bit discouraged because your balcony is enclosed with high walls and only gets a few hours of sunlight each day. Do not be too quick to turn that space into a spot for storing old items. The truth is, there are certain vegetables that really enjoy cooler, shadier conditions and can grow quite fast even without strong direct sun. Your task is not about chasing more sunlight, but about choosing the right types of vegetables that suit the conditions you have. Today, we are going to explore a list of the top 10 shade-loving vegetables that are very easy to grow and can bring greenery to every nook and cranny in your home. Let us get started. Lolot Leaf comes in at the top of the list as it loves shade and works really well for a balcony with limited light. You can make good use of bunches of Lolot Leaf that you pick up from the market to serve as cuttings for growing at home. Choose stems that are not too young, because young ones tend to lose water easily and struggle to survive in shade. Prepare a sharp pair of secateurs to cut the stems, avoiding any crushing of the plant cells. Cut the stems into sections around 20 centimeters long to ensure the plant has enough strength to establish itself. The young top part should be cut off because it can wilt and curl quite easily after planting. Pay close attention to the nodes on the stem. These are the places where roots will develop most vigorously later on. You need to cut close to the node to give the highest chance of root formation when the cutting is in water. Remove about 90% of the leaves on the stem to focus all the energy on growing new roots. Leave just one small leaf on each cutting to allow a little photosynthesis without too much water loss. Once trimmed, the stems are neatly cut at the nodes and have only one small leaf at the top. Place the cuttings into a glass of water. This is an effective and quick way to root the cuttings. Pour water to fill about half the glass and place it in a cool, airy spot away from direct, harsh sunlight. After about 2 to 3 weeks in water, the roots will grow out white and really healthy. If you leave too many leaves during rooting, the cutting will lose water quickly and start to wilt. Cuttings with lots of leaves can shrivel up and fail to root with a high chance of dying. Those cuttings with long, strong roots like this are ready to move into soil. Prepare a polystyrene box with loose, fertile soil and moisten it to protect the delicate new roots when planting. Use a small stick to make holes of the right depth to place the cuttings without damaging the roots. Gently place the cutting into the hole and fill soil around it, avoiding pressing too hard, which could harm the roots. Once planted, water the box thoroughly and keep it in a shady spot. After 21 days in soil, the plants have rooted fully and are starting to produce new green leaves. By day 45, the Lolot Leaf will have covered the box with thick, lush foliage that looks really appealing. Now you have your own Lolot Leaf garden on a shady balcony for regular harvesting. Rau Kang Kwa is a great choice for balconies with little sun, as it is very easy to grow and grows fast. This is a plant that loves shade and does well even in the weakest light conditions. Growing it in plastic cups saves space and makes daily care convenient. You can easily move the cups to any spot in the house or on a small balcony. First, prepare loose, nutrient-rich soil for the roots to develop strongly. When filling the cup, press the soil down lightly so it holds more. It is good to use quality organic soil or mix in some chicken manure for enough nutrients. The seeds of Rau Kang Kwa are very small, so just scatter them evenly over the soil surface in the cup. Spread the seeds gently and evenly so the plants do not grow too densely, giving them space to develop well. Use a toothpick to lightly stir the soil so the seeds settle into the crevices and stay moist for germination. Then, press lightly on the top of the soil to keep the seeds moist throughout. Use warm water to lightly water the cup, just enough to dampen the soil without overwatering, which could cause rot. If the soil dries out after a few days, add a little more water to maintain moisture for the seeds. Place the cup in a warm spot, ideally above 25 degrees Celsius, to encourage faster germination. After about a week, the seeds will start to sprout. The time depends on the temperature in your environment. Once sprouted, move them to a spot with gentle light so the plants can photosynthesize and grow green and strong. This type usually grows under trees, so it does not need much sun. A few hours a day is plenty. The most important thing is keeping it warm, avoiding cold spots, which slow growth. Raukankua grows very quickly. The stems grow tall and look fresh and vibrant. In particular, you only need to water regularly, without any chemical fertilizers at all. When it is time to harvest, use scissors to cut the plump stems ready for the family meal. Homegrown vegetables are not only safe and hygienic, but also taste much better. With just a few small cups, you have enough greens for a nutritious and safe meal. I hope you give this simple method for Raukankua a try on your balcony. Gai chip is another ideal shade-loving vegetable for your balcony with limited sun that you can start today. First, prepare warm water in the ratio of 2 parts hot to 3 parts cold to treat the seeds for quicker sprouting. Soak the seeds for about 15 minutes to soften the coats and help the seedlings grow stronger. Use organic, nutrient-rich soil to fill the seedling trays. Level the soil surface with your hand for even seed distribution and easy germination. Use a small stick to make holes about 1 centimeter deep for placing the seeds. Carefully put 1 or 2 seeds in each hole. Cover with a thin layer of soil to retain moisture and protect the seeds from the environment. Use a spray bottle to water the tray thoroughly to kickstart the germination process. While waiting, prepare larger pots with deep soil for the best growth. The soil in the pots should be loose and leveled to allow the roots to anchor well. Moisten the soil in the larger pots before transferring the seedlings from the tray. After about 15 days, the seedlings are sturdy enough to move. Soak the tray in water for 30 seconds to make separating the seedlings easier without damaging the roots. Gently push from below with a stick to lift the seedling with soil intact. Place the seedling into the larger pot, paying attention to spacing between plants. With these simple steps, you will soon have a lush Choy Sum garden on your balcony. After 25 days, the plants grow fast and develop large green leaves. Regularly remove old lower leaves to keep the plants airy and direct nutrients better. Add some organic fertilizer to provide nutrients for faster growth. Cover the fertilizer with a thin layer of soil to prevent it washing away when watering. Maintain daily watering with a spray bottle to keep soil moisture stable. After 45 days, you can harvest the plump, fresh Choy Sum. This is a great achievement for a shady balcony. I hope your planting goes really well. Shalaksh is extremely shade-tolerant and very suitable for balconies with less sun. Soak the seeds in warm water for 2 to 3 hours to help them sprout evenly. Prepare a small polystyrene seedling tray, which is convenient for limited balcony space. Put 2 to 3 seeds in each hole and select the strongest later. After sowing, moisten the soil and place the tray in a shady, cool spot to encourage sprouting. After about 5 days, select and keep only the strongest seedling in each hole. By day 8, the seedlings are sturdy and starting true leaves. Prepare to add nutrients using compost tea from worm castings or chicken manure for safe organic feed. Water the tea lightly to help the roots absorb quickly and grow strong. The growing soil should be mixed with rice hulls or peanut shells for good aeration and drainage. When the plants are 15 days old, transfer them to larger pots for maximum space. Lightly mound soil around the base to support the plants. Keep spacing of 10 to 15 centimeters between plants. Add a layer of straw or hulls on the soil to maintain moisture and aid recovery. Perform the transplant in the afternoon and water immediately to avoid wilting. Proper care will give the lettuce beautiful color and natural crisp sweetness. After 20 days, the plants are doing well, with expanding leaves covering the pot. This is the time to add compost tea every 3 days to boost growth. Pour the tea around the soil at the base, avoiding the leaves to keep the plants clean. About 5 minutes after fertilizing, spray with clean water to rinse any residue from the leaves. By day 35, you will have a pot of lush green lettuce with large, attractive leaves. You can also grow lettuce in small hanging pots on the balcony to save space. When harvesting, pull the whole plant and stop fertilizing 3 days before for safety. Homegrown vegetables are fresher than shop-bought and give peace of mind. I wish you success and tasty salads from your shady balcony. Raucante is a wonderful option for shady balconies and is very straightforward to care for at home. You can start celery from the bases of shop-bought vegetables. Cut off the base about 3 inches, which is the part that sprouts new growth. You can plant it directly into soil in the garden or in small pots on the balcony. Place the celery base in the prepared hole. Be careful not to cover the top with too much soil. Not covering the top prevents rotting from standing water. Celery likes plenty of water, so keep the soil moist every day for good growth and shade. After about 21 days, you will see fresh green shoots emerging strongly from the old base. The second method is from seed if you want more plants. Sow the seeds on the surface of loose growing medium and cover with a thin layer of soil for easy sprouting. Once seedlings are larger, separate them for individual pots. Prepare the pots by making drainage holes at the bottom to prevent root rot. These holes are important for air circulation and keeping soil loose. Fill the pots with organic soil, which provides long-term nutrients for celery. Carefully remove clusters of seedlings from the tray, avoiding damage to young roots. Plant 1 to 3 seedlings per small pot depending on size. Arrange the pots neatly in an area with dappled light or shade on the balcony. After 5 days, the roots will anchor well and the first true leaves appear. By day 35, the plants are much sturdier with dark green leaves and forming celery stalks. By day 60, your small garden will be a lush green, ready for harvest. After 90 days, the plants are fully mature with thick, crisp stalks full of nutrients. When harvesting, cut the outer stalks with scissors, leaving the center shoots to continue growing. This technique gives you a continuous supply of celery all year without replanting. So you have an endless source of celery right on your shady balcony. Next on our list is chives, which are a brilliant option for shady balconies in urban gardening. They cope really well with low light and will still give you plenty of fresh growth even when sunlight is limited. Begin by preparing soil that has been mixed with some fertilizer to provide the nutrients the seeds need from the start. Level the surface smoothly in a suitable pot or hanging container for your balcony space. Choose good quality chive seeds from trusted sources to get the best germination possible. The seeds are quite small and dark, so it helps to pour them into your hand for better control when sowing. Scatter them lightly and evenly over the soil, taking care not to overcrowd the plants. You can sow in small groups or spread them out depending on the size of your container and what you prefer. After sowing, add a thin layer of soil to help keep moisture in and protect the seeds. Water gently with a fine rose on the can so the soil is moistened without disturbing the seeds. Make sure the water covers the whole surface, but do not overdo it to avoid washing seeds away. Keep the soil damp but never soggy as you wait for growth to appear. Position the pot where it receives gentle, dappled light, which suits chives perfectly. Around day 12, you will notice the first delicate chive shoots pushing through the soil with real vigor. Those tiny green tips are a lovely sight and show just how resilient this herb can be. By day 18, the seedlings are stronger and starting to develop more leaves, filling the pot nicely. After a full month, the chives will show clear progress with longer leaves reaching upwards. Even in the modest light of your balcony, they continue to grow steadily without any problems. Check the soil moisture daily and water when needed to support healthy development. By day 45, the clumps are getting denser, and you can begin harvesting some leaves. At around day 60, the chives are fully established and ready for regular use in your cooking. Growing your own chives like this is a simple way to add fresh flavor and greenery to a shady spot. It is also a sustainable choice that reduces the need to buy herbs from the shop. Give it a try on your balcony and enjoy the results. Moving on, we have humlui, which is another easy-to-grow shade lover for European balconies. Select strong, healthy stems from an established plant to ensure you have the best possible cuttings. Use clean secateurs to remove lower leaves, leaving about 4 leaf nodes at the top to reduce water loss. Prepare a clean plastic bottle by making small holes to create a good environment for rooting in water. Fill the bottle with clean water and insert the prepared cuttings so the base is submerged properly. Arrange the cuttings neatly so they stand upright and grow evenly during the rooting stage. Place the bottle in a cool corner of the balcony, away from strong, direct sun that could cause wilting. Mist the leaves regularly with water to maintain humidity and keep the cuttings fresh and healthy. After about 5 days, healthy white roots will start to appear and the cuttings are ready for potting up. Prepare small nursery pots with a mix of cocoa coir and worm castings for a nutrient-rich start. Transfer the rooted cuttings carefully and firm the soil gently around the base to hold them steady. Arrange the pots neatly, as this stage is important before moving them to larger containers later. When the plants are stronger, pot them on into a bigger balcony planter using a good soil mix. Combine clean soil with some well-rotted manure and worm castings to give plenty of nourishment. Plant with even spacing so the herb has room to spread and fill the space attractively. Pinch out the tops after planting to encourage bushy growth and more side shoots. Every 10 days or so, add a little organic fertilizer to keep the plants growing vigorously. This herb does prefer some light, but copes fine with the partial shade of many European balconies. With simple care like this, you will have a steady supply of fresh herbs for your meals at home. It is a practical and sustainable way to make the most of your limited balcony space. Round knot nyet, or Japanese spinach, is next, and it is superb for balconies with little sun. You can start easily by buying fresh bunches from the market and using the stems as cuttings. Cut them into sections about 20 centimeters long, which is an ideal length for rooting. Trim off older leaves at the base to prevent rot when you place them in water or soil. One method is to root the cuttings in a glass of clean water with the level just a few centimeters deep. Keep the glass in a cool, airy place out of direct sunlight to help the cuttings settle. Within a week, you should see strong white roots developing, which is very encouraging. By day 12, the root system is well established and the plants are ready to go into soil. Prepare loose, fertile soil mixed with organic matter to support quick growth. Plant the cuttings at an angle about 5 to 7 centimeters deep so they can spread easily. Firm the soil lightly around the base to hold them stable against any breeze on the balcony. If you prefer, you can plant the cuttings straight into moist soil without the water rooting step. Water thoroughly after planting to help the soil settle around the stems. In the first few days, use a shade cloth if needed to protect the new growth from intense light. Once new shoots appear, you can gradually remove the cover so the plants adjust. After only 12 days in soil, the patch will be nicely covered in healthy green growth. You can start harvesting the tender tips after about 2 weeks for your family meals. Cut the young shoots with a pair of scissors to encourage more branching and bushier plants. This keeps the harvest coming and the plants looking full and productive. It is a really practical choice for adding reliable greens to a shady urban balcony. Malabar spinach, or mung toi, is great for climbing in low-light conditions on the balcony. Choose plump, dark seeds of good quality for the best germination and strong plants. Sow them in loose, open soil and keep it moist to help the seeds sprout quickly. The seedlings emerge fast and develop larger leaves, showing excellent vigor early on. To support the climbing habit, set up a simple trellis using sturdy strings or wires. This gives the vines something to grip and allows them to spread upwards effectively. Mix plenty of organic compost into the soil to feed the roots as the plants grow. When transplanting, be gentle and keep the root ball intact to avoid any shock. Space the plants sensibly so each one has room to develop without crowding. You can use all sorts of recycled containers and pots to grow more plants creatively. Water with a fine mist to keep the soil damp without washing it away. The vines grow rapidly and begin twining around the supports you have provided. Regularly harvest the young tips, which encourages even more branching and leaf production. Top up the soil with rich compost from time to time to maintain fertility. Train the vines neatly along the trellis to create an attractive living green wall. This not only looks lovely, but also helps cool the balcony area naturally. Rainbow Chard, or Kai Ko Vong, makes a colorful addition that tolerates shade well. Soak the seeds in warm water for about 5 hours to speed up the germination process. Prepare a seedling tray with drainage holes and fill it with rich potting soil. Level the surface carefully so that sowing is even and straightforward. Scatter the seeds evenly across the soil and press them gently about 1 centimeter deep. This ensures good contact with the soil for reliable sprouting. Water the tray thoroughly after sowing to provide the moisture needed. When the seedlings have 2 true leaves, transplant them into small, individual pots first. This step allows the roots to develop strongly before the final planting. Later, move them into a large polystyrene box or container filled with loose garden soil. Incorporate some well-composted cow manure to supply steady nutrients. The colorful stems and leaves will brighten up even the shadiest balcony corner. Plant the seedlings a little deeper for stability and water them in gently. Maintain consistent moisture, and you will be rewarded with healthy, vibrant plants. We have now covered all 10 of these wonderful shade-tolerant vegetables. From crisp lettuce to colorful rainbow chard, each one can thrive with the right care. With a bit of patience, and by choosing plants suited to your conditions, even the darkest balcony can become a productive garden. Using organic methods and recycled containers fits perfectly with sustainable urban gardening. I hope these ideas inspire you to start growing your own fresh produce at home. If you found this helpful, please give the video a like and consider subscribing for more practical advice. Thank you for watching, and I wish you every success with your shady balcony garden. You will soon be harvesting your own delicious vegetables grown right at home.